As we have seen many times, leaders make mistakes. This is inevitable. I repeat, leaders make mistakes. That is not the issue. The real issue is how they respond to those mistakes. This is the first lesson anyone planning to take on any leadership role should know and accept. If you cannot accept this, then don't go near leadership. This point is made clear by the Bible in a very subtle way. You see, sometimes the Bible conveys its most profound ideas by a mere nuance, one that becomes apparent only by attentive listening and reading. The book of Vayikra, Leviticus, deals with sin offerings to be brought when people have made mistakes. The Bible prescribes different sin offerings depending on who made the mistake. It lists 4 categories. First is the high priest. Second is the whole community. Third is the leader. And then fourth is an ordinary individual. In 3 of the 4 cases, the law is introduced by the Hebrew word im, which means if. Now watch this. Leviticus 4:2. Speak to the children of Israel, saying, if a person sins. Leviticus 4:3. If the anointed KOHEN sins, that is the high priest. Leviticus 4:13. If the entire community of Israel errs, if they sin. In the case of the leader, however, the law is prefaced by the word asher, which means when, not if, but when. Leviticus 4:22. When a leader of Israel sins. You see, it is possible that a high priest, the Supreme Court, or an individual may sin, may make a mistake. But in the case of a leader, it is probable or even certain. What is the Bible telling you? Leaders make mistakes. It is an occupational hazard. So talking about the sin of a NASI, a leader, the Bible uses the word when, not if. A NASI is the generic word for a leader, a ruler, a king, a judge, an elder, or a prince. Usually, it refers to the holder of political power. Why does the Bible consider this type of leadership particularly prone to error? Those who have advantages over others, whether of wealth or power, can lose their moral sense. They tend to become arrogant. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. A political leader is more exposed to temptation and error than a priest or a judge because politics is an arena of conflict. In a free society, whatever course a politician takes, it will please some and anger others. From this, there is no escape. Politics involves difficult judgments. A leader must balance competing claims and will sometimes get it wrong. The reason leaders, as opposed to judges and priests, cannot avoid making mistakes is that there is no textbook that infallibly teaches how to lead. There's none. Priests and judges follow laws. For leadership, there are no laws because every situation is unique. In the realm of political action, there are few laws, and what is needed instead is skill in reading the situation. There are no universal rules, no fail-safe textbooks for leadership. Every situation is different, and each age brings its own challenges. Rulers, in the best interest of their people, may sometimes have to take decisions that a conscientious individual would shrink from doing in private life. They may have to decide to wage a war, knowing that some will die. They may have to levy taxes, knowing that this will leave some impoverished. Only after the event will the leader know whether the decision was justified, and it may depend on factors beyond his or her control. What matters is not that leaders never get it wrong. That is inevitable, given the nature of leadership. The most important thing from a Bible perspective is that a leader is sufficiently honest to admit his or her mistakes. The Hebrew word asher in the beginning of the video I said meant when. But that word is a double entendre, meaning it has a double meaning. Asher relates to the word ashrei in Hebrew, which means happy are they. So our teachers say, happy is the generation whose leader is willing to bring a sin offering for his mistakes. Leadership demands two kinds of courage: the strength to take a risk and the humility to admit when a risk fails. This is the first thing one should know about leadership. So now that you know the risks, let us prepare you to lead. Don't be scared, even though it is scary.